of my day, Thursdays, the new Thursdays at 7 o'clock here on Para Encounters Network. I am Sherry Schoen, and welcome to Good Advice with Sherry Schoen. I'm so excited to be back on at this new time. So glad for anyone that's joining in. Today, we're going to talk about a fun topic that seems pretty apropos. First, how was your Valentine's Day? So for me, I had a great Valentine's Day. We went out and did some fun stuff, and I've been in a committed relationship now for, oh my gosh, almost 7 years. 7 years! So, congratulations. However, for some of you guys, it isn't very shiny for Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day means nothing but drama and naughtiness and nastiness, and it brings up some of the worst breakup stories you've ever had. So I would love to talk about those stories. So with that in mind, let us talk about. Well, first let's talk to my producer. How are you doing, Eric?
I'm doing fine, Sherry. How about yourself?
I am doing really well. How was your Valentine's Day?
My Valentine's Day was interesting as hell.
I saw that on Facebook, and I was like, oh my gosh, I've got to talk about that, because that's going to be funny as hell.
Well,
so, do you mind sharing what the hell happened with you Valentine's Day?
I don't mind sharing, and I'll be the first one to tell you that I will never go to FTD again to ever have flowers delivered.
No.
Well, that has a lot to do with the customer service hanging up on me twice yesterday.
Yeah.
So yeah. Well, anyway, went to their website, a week before Valentine's Day, put in an order, typed into the little box that, you get a little card inside, and it gets a specific message, right?
Yes.
Well, my mother nicknamed me AO, and every now and again Kim calls me AO. That's my nickname. So the message said, "Love you more, AO."
Okay.
Okay?
That was supposed to be the message.
That was supposed to be the message. Flowers got delivered. I actually got a phone call from Kim, and Kim wanted to know, did I send her anything? I was like, sure I did. I sent you some flowers. I said, and here's the tracking number. Tracking number matched what was on the outside of the box, right? From UPS.
Yes.
Okay. The note that was put on the inside, and I actually have it. I'm probably going to frame it with something somewhere. Actually says, "Happy Valentine's Day!" Exclamation point. Love, comma, Amanda and Eric.
Who the hell are Amanda and Eric?
Hey, well, that's a good question, because Kim asked me, well, who the hell is Amanda? And I'm like, I don't even know a stripper named Amanda.
There's nobody in your circle of friends that's Amanda.
I actually went on Facebook.
Yes.
I actually went on Facebook, and I have 2 friends on my Facebook, and you know how that goes.
Yes.
I don't really know them, but there are 2 Amandas on my Facebook.
And they're just your Facebook friends. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
And with the network, they're probably been on a show or something I don't remember, and that's the only reason I'm connected to them. But yeah, I mean,
See,
I put in the survey that I sent, because I got to fill in a survey questionnaire. Ooh, you would have loved to. I should have read some of that verbatim. But
I'm sure it was very shiny indeed.
Oh, it was shiny. It was shiny something. But like I said, if I was none in a very committed, very open relationship that would look at something like that and go, "This has got to be a mistake," and started at it from there, this could have caused some major hoopla.
Yeah, that could have caused one of those rows that unfortunately would have caused one of the issues like what we're going to talk about, because today we're going to talk about everything that has to do with those breakups, with heartbreaks, with all those things that unfortunately can happen on Valentine's Day or even leading up to Valentine's Day. So I'm glad that you guys are fine and you guys could laugh about it.
Oh yeah. I mean, we're fine with it. It's just, yeah. We just want to know who the hell Amanda is.
I just want to know who the hell Amanda is, and why did she think it was cool to put her name on your flowers? Because they knew that was wrong. They knew that was wrong.
And Kim just reminded me of a very important point, Sherry. The very next day,
Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay, this happened on Friday. We had our first meetup group on Sunday, which went great, by the way.
Saturday.
On Saturday, and then on Sunday, the last 2 customers that came in, or last 3 customers that came in Kim's shop to buy stuff on Sunday, were all named, guess what?
Amanda.
So funny how
Law of attraction, because Amanda was in her head. Now she drew all the Amandas because she was like, "No, I'm gonna find me an Amanda," and there they and there they come.
and they all three got away before they were physically damaged. So that's good things with
That's
that.
even better.
They
Well,
all
maybe
won.
yeah. That's awesome. So Kim, were you thinking Amanda all in your head?
No, the first customer comes in and she hands me a credit card. Well, I automatically look at the name and I bust it up. Well, I had to tell her the story.
Yeah.
The last two in the evening come in and they're talking back and forth, but they keep saying the same name. And I look at
I'm so
them.
sorry. It's not funny, but it was pretty funny.
Oh, it is funny. I had 3 customers Sunday. 3 customers were all named Amanda.
That's just craziness. That's just craziness.
And I
Well,
called him to ask him if he had sent me something because I didn't want to say, thanks for the flowers, if
Right.
they weren't supposed to be mine.
You
You know?
knew they were your flowers.
They got one word right on the entire card. They got the word love right on the card. That's the only word they got right on the entire card.
And that's all that matters, is that your love was expressed correctly.
Yeah, I tried anyway.
Well, today I was jotting down for the show just ideas of what my favorite or what my most breakups were, and I remembered that I was with a guy who we were going out for a while, and this is when I was a kid, like 14, 15, and he broke up with me because he liked my sister better. So I remember that breakup, and it wasn't around Valentine's Day, but it was a pretty painful breakup. And then I had a breakup where somebody was, it was with my husband number one. I'm kind of the Elizabeth Taylor of marriages. But I had husband number one, and he was asking me for space. So I moved a couple thousand miles away. So that worked out. And then we have the final breakup where I left house, dog, car, everything. I just got the hell out because it was one of those situations where it wasn't anything where I was afraid. It was just something where I said, this is the worst thing that both of us could be doing to ourselves, and I just left. And unfortunately, it was around the holiday season that I knew that I was going to break up. And that brings up one of my shiny facts, which is you are twice as likely to break up around Valentine's Day than any other holiday, including the Christmas season. Is that crazy?
Well, yeah. I mean, guys break up so they don't have to buy gifts. It's a money saving
That's
deal.
exactly, ding, ding, ding. You were exactly right. You were exactly right. They break up and then they go, oh, it's okay. I'm going to get into a row with her, get all messed up and everything. And then after I do that, then I'm going to go ahead and we're going to make up and get back together. So my good advice, hopefully for everyone, guys and gals listening, that maybe this happened to over this last Valentine's season, we have some good advice for getting through that breakup, getting through that trauma that happened, and we're going to do it in my Sherry Schoen's breakup kit. So in the breakup kit I'm going to talk to you about music to help you with a breakup. We're going to talk about clothing and accessories to get you out of that breakup. We're going to talk about friends to help get you out of that breakup. Food and attitude. How's that sound?
Sounds good to me.
So, like usually when you get into that breakup, guys, the first thing that you're going to think of is, for some of us, when we're having a breakup, the first thing you want to do is say, I want to break up with this person. I can't believe this person broke up with me. My heart is now into 1,000 different pieces, and this is music number one. And so, hold on. So the first thing you think of when you get that letter or that Dear John thing where they kind of go, oh, it's me, it's not you, I'm so sorry, I'm going to go ahead and be by myself, I need time, I need space, and they unfriend you on Facebook, or the best part is they change their relationship status without talking to you. And then you know, because all of your friends are like, wait, I thought you were going out with so-and-so. And then you're like, well, I am. And then you look on Facebook and you, oh, No, I'm not. So I have a special song for those situations that helps us understand how we feel. We'll go past this, but this is kind of how I felt when I had been broken up with. So here it goes. Okay, so you start to think in your heart, I wish, I wish, I wish she'd break your heart like you did to me. I hope that you're unhappy. And I pray, I pray, I pray she gives you a disease so that you will see. Not enough to make you die, only to make you cry like you did to me. And the important thing is, when you get in that mindset where you're like, I really wish you would just drop dead. I'm just done with you. You get out of that. And the way to do that is music. So I have some great ideas for music for you. So the first one is the song I just sang, I Wish by Toni Braxton and Babyface. That's the most amazing song I've ever heard. And she just keeps going. There's diseases. She wishes he lost all his money. She wishes, it's just the best breakup song ever. So if you get the chance to listen to that one, if you're in the middle of a breakup, I recommend it. It's amazing, it's powerful, it's therapeutic. Number 2, this song, Forget You by CeeLo. Do you guys remember the song where they're like, la la la, forget you? CeeLo's song, Forget You, a classic. Download it, play it on your iPod. The next one to download for you is So What by Pink. So What by Pink was written by Pink when she was breaking up with her husband of, 4 years, and he left her for another woman, and then they got back together. But it was during that time, and it was an amazing song. And if you ever want to laugh at something about a breakup, look at the video, because it's hilarious. Okay, next one, Before He Cheats by Carrie Underwood. You have got to listen to this song and have it on your iPod. It's amazing. You know, the one where she digs her keys into his car and she messes up his pretty little souped up ride and she does all of that. Yeah, Before He Cheats. Don't forget that song. There's another one that I absolutely love, and I know it's old, but I don't care. It's called New Attitude by Patti LaBelle. And so you have to check that one out as well, because that is some great music to have on your iPod when unfortunately you're dealing with a breakup. It's so sad, but you have to do it. For the guys, there's a couple of songs. There's 3 songs that I absolutely recommend for guys if you're in a relationship with another guy, or if it's you that got your heart broken as a guy. The first one is called Jay-Z's On to the Next One. Hilarious. Download it. Ooh. Okay, and then also, let's see, I'm getting in the chat room, Overcome by Creed. Oh, I'm going to have to download that one. And then there's also Outkast, Roses. Oh, Roses. The song about the crazy girl that breaks up, and he's just like, roses smell like boo, 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 boo. Oh, goodness, that's a great lyric. You have to do that one. And then I'm also seeing in the chat room, Pray For You. Wow, by Jaron and the Long Road to Love. Aww. Okay, and then finally, Justin Timberlake. Now, this was a breakup song. Now, the story behind What Goes Around Comes Around is Justin Timberlake was in love with Britney Spears. And then Britney Spears, when they were in the middle of a breakup, when she cheated on him with another musketeer, allegedly, Justin Timberlake wrote this song, and it actually launched his career, even though it caused their breakup. Oh my gosh, y'all are killing me. So yeah, it's just so funny. It's just so good. Now the next thing, in your breakup kit. So when you break up with somebody, what's the first thing you might do? You might want to start crying. So here's the deal. When you're going to go get your snifflies on, I learned this the hard way. There's 2 kinds of things to get in your tissue kit. There's tissue that is the soft, lovely, ready to go tissue, and then there's that stupid new tissue that has the lotions and stuff like that in it. Don't do that. Don't use that nasty lotiony soapy crap in your eyes. You'll never get over it. You'll be irritated, inflamed, your eyes will be red, and you'll be mad because you have a broken heart. Just get the regular tissues. Don't get the nasty ones. Oh, also in the chat room is shop with credit cards. And Eric's slowly writing all these down. Shop with the credit cards before he finds out. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. This is good advice. And don't wipe your glasses off with those nasty, lotiony, stupid. Okay, I won't even go there. Okay, so that's in the next thing. The next thing in your Heartbreak handbag that I want you to have is I want you to have some eye drops. Have some great eye drops, because who knows who you're going to see after you have this breakup experience. Let's say there's a song that triggers you, or you're in the middle of a conversation with your girlfriends and you guys promise not to bring up the stupid person's name, and they do anyway, and they do it in a slidey kind of way. And we'll talk about friends later on, where they kind of go, oh, we're so sorry, but you know he looks great now. Fuck you. Okay, so you know where I'm going. So you can go into the restroom, do your eye drops, use your non-lotiony tissue, and then you'll be like, oh, okay, really? That's great. That's great. Oh, yeah, and don't put the eye drops in his drink, because that's called assault. Okay, the next thing is makeup. All right, ladies. So when you know that you're going to be crying, and this could actually go for some men, too, because I know some men that can wear makeup more fierce than I ever could. Try to stick with the waterproof mascara and the waterproof eyeliner. You want to make sure that you look your best as much as possible. There's nothing like a breakup that's worse than looking pretty bad all the time. You don't want to do that. You want to let your best self show all of the time. Yes, you're going to be sad. Yes, you're going to walk around in your house with your sweats and eating ice cream, and we'll talk about food later. But for those times that you are outside and you might run into someone that knows what's going on, I need you to have on your makeup. I need you to have on. If you have on your sweats and stuff, that's fine. But make sure that you are laid and right. Right. Every time you step out that house. So please do that for me. And then number 3, here's a difficult one to bring up, but I guarantee you it will win you scores of points in the self-esteem. So as soon as y'all break up, right, I want you to go to the panty drawer. Yes, I said it. Go to the panty drawer, and I want you to throw away all of your drawers. All of them. Anything that person has seen you in, I need you to get rid of them. Get rid of them. And go out and buy yourself some new drawers. And for the men, for you all that have, oh, that's all she liked me in was these boxers, but you don't like them because they're too loose, or maybe they wanted you in something tighty, and you don't like tight, you like to be free. I want you to go get rid of them bad boys too, and go find the ones that you like to help yourself out. Just jingle as much as you need to jingle, and get yourself some good advice that way too. That is the wardrobe choice I need you to have. Eric, you are killing me with flippity floppy, but I need you to go ahead and do that. You've been bound literally too long. This is the time to break free. Break free. Go ahead and replace those. Next, good advice on another wardrobe item. Be sure and change your cologne. This is for a few reasons. One is you already have a scent that is used to being in your house. You have their scent and you have your scent. So that scent, you're going to try to get out of your house as soon as possible, or out of your car, or anything like that. But the scent that you always wanted to start wearing, or scents that you wanted to try to play with that you didn't, because you decided that they were going to be too, maybe they were too musky for that person, or maybe they were too sweet for that person. Go ahead and move those items out and buy yourself some new cologne. This will be a great time for you to experience what you really like. And what I mean by cologne is you don't even have to go into, oh, I have to get Lancome, la 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 la. No, try some essential oils. Try some things that are more earthy if that's what you want, or more spicy if that's what you want. But stay away from cassia, as we learned from Tammy from my show a couple of shows back. Don't put that on your neck. You will burn, and then you'll be red and itchy, and then everybody will talk about it and be like, oh my God, did you see she had a rash ever since that breakup? So you don't want that. You do not want that. You don't want that. Okay, so finally, what I need you to do is get some new sheets. Okay, y'all have been on the same sheets maybe for years or maybe for a month or anything like that. But when you're doing this breakup, one of the important parts of getting the new sheets is starting a new life, starting fresh, starting new, and part of that is getting new sheets. I know it sounds funny, but it will work wonders for you. Wonders, wonders, wonders. All right, friends. Let's start talking about your friends. So when you get through the breakup, and let's say that this is a relationship where you guys have been together years, and your friends are now feeling like they're divided between the two of you. Good advice on that one. Let your friends know that they don't have to choose. And don't make them feel that they're going to be penalized if they choose your ex. Let you guys have good times, whatever. You guys had a great time together. Now you're not together anymore. Let your friends make the decision on their own. Don't become that bitch of a friend that starts to say, and another thing that he used to do, and that and I like anyway, la la la, what do you think? Because one, it puts them in a bad position, because then if you guys get together later on, they're going to have to deal with that, where they kind of told you everything they thought was wrong, and now you're back together with them, and then they're like, great, this is great. Exactly. Don't treat your friends like you treat your children. Don't say crap about them in front of them, period. Thank you so much, Kim. You are exactly right. Next, start to get some new friends that know you outside of this relationship. And the best way to do that is to join a gym, join a network group. For example, let's say that you always wanted to play the bongos and your ex never would let you do it. This is a great time for you to go learn how to play the drums. This is a great time for you to go learn how to scuba dive. This is a great time for you to learn more about yourself and get yourself out there. And not to go find somebody new. You just got new draws and new sheets. The last thing you need is new people in your life. No, not that way. You just want new friends. Oh yes, and don't meet your friends, and yeah, don't meet a new lover in chat. That doesn't work. Even though I did meet Stefan on Yahoo Personals. But anyway, so those are some good advice when it comes to your friends. I have something that I want to share with you all. If you email me at sherry@sherryshown.com, I will send you your very own personal Sherry Shown's Breakup Support Pack. And in the Sherry Shown's Breakup Support Pack, 13 years, and they said they never would work out. In the Sherry Shown's Breakup Support Pack, what I basically have is just a nice, friendly agreement that basically says, because we are all creatures of the divine and gifted with light of the sun, we agree that at this time, you as the supportee wanting support, and you as the person that's going to be the friend needing the support, now more than ever, sign this breakup support pact on this day. And here's some of the items that I have in the breakup support pact that you agree to do as a friend of the person that's been broken up with. You agree to show up and not show out about the ex, which is huge. The last thing they need to do is whine and complain to you as the friend, or vice versa, and you tell them everything that the ex is doing, or, don't get into that drama. Like attracts like. So if you are in the middle of a negative situation and your friends start to bring you more and more negative, then this relationship breakup is going to be more painful than it needs to be. It's already painful. You've already gone through the expense of new wardrobe and new sheets and new cologne and new waterproof mascara. So don't talk about nasty stuff like that. Next, you agree to listen to them vent for a period of so many days, period. After that, whatever other venting you need to do, you need to go do it at a counseling group or a networking group. But you need to keep your friends with you, but they don't need to become all of a sudden your venting board, because they need you there as their friend too, right? That's the point, is to have that cooperative, collaborative relationship. Next, encourage growth, not retaliation. And this is important because when we were talking about, I'm glad that Eric brought up Facebook. So encourage growth, not retaliation. So let's say they do go onto Facebook and they say, oh, guess what? I'm no longer in a relationship anymore. Okay, the last thing that you can do or need to do is go onto Facebook and go, what? Me too. La la la. By the way, I've been cheating. And by the way, la 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 la. Okay, keep your stuff behind the door. Behind the door. Just keep it behind the door. Become more than what they think you're going to become. That's a great part of just this whole issue of like attracting like. Next, the friendship pact stresses encouraging mental, physical, and spiritual well-being. You have your friends for a reason. Hopefully it's because they support you, they keep you uplifted. Good friends are like a good bra or a good support cup. They keep you uplifted and tight. That's what friends do. They don't let you get loose. If you're going to get loose, great, go get drunk or something like that. That's loose. But being nasty and retaliatory and getting into fights and being on YouTube as some tagline for a comedian, that's not hot. That's not good advice. That's not shiny. Another thing, your friend can experience things that maybe you wouldn't have together before. So for example, if you join a new group where I have a friend of mine that after she broke up from a year, after she broke up with someone who always discouraged her from losing weight, she actually started losing a lot of weight so that she could be on a zip line. And she invited a lot of us as her friends to go watch her be on this zip line together. And I cannot imagine how much fun that's going to be when to see her going across that zip line, and we're doing it all together as friends. If you want to call that revenge or whatever, I don't. I call that supporting my great friend through a period of her time when we could have just sat around and ate and talked. But instead, she's been at the gym, she's been killing it, and she's going to be on that zip line, and she's a healthier, spiritually better person than I've ever seen her be. Next, I want your friends to agree to talk you into crazy events. So if there was a time that you wanted to do, have you guys ever heard of the Tough Mudder? Okay, let me tell you about the Tough Mudder. I don't know if you guys have heard about it. Kim, have you heard about the Tough Mudder?
She stepped out, but I haven't heard about it.
Yeah, so the Tough Mudder is one of those competitions that they do. It's like a strenuous, all active sports event where people are running, they're climbing, they're almost getting electrocuted. I mean, they're just having a great time in mud and tracks and just great fun. If that's some stuff that sounded appealing to you and you never would have done it in a relationship, I want you to start doing those kind of things with your friends. And that's what the Sherry Schoen Breakup Pact is for, is to start getting you back into life, because that's going to help you resolve this issue and this heartbreak that you're going through in your heart. And that's why I recommend the Sherry Schoen Breakup Pact. So if you are in the middle of a breakup, I recommend you email me at sherry@sherryschoen.com, and I'll be happy to send that out to you. It's positively free, so that you can go through this with your friends and start to work out ways that you guys can help each other out of any breakups. And finally, at the end of it, other than other stuff that I have, is a number one reminder that Love, love, love reminder as a friend that this too shall pass. And that's another thing that I think that friends can absolutely help you with whenever something hard is going through in your life, is to remind you that this isn't the end of your life. This isn't the end of your day. This isn't even the end of your journey. This is just a different end. That's all it is. It's unfortunate, but it might actually be one of the best things that ever happened to you. When I was having my experiences with breaking up because of whatever situations, all of those things led me to exactly where I am. And I tell you, it was worth every breakup to be in the loving, kind, secure relationship I have right now. And even if I never had another relationship, I'm a definitely different person, happier, because I built myself up as a strong foundation and I didn't rely upon another person to build me up. And I also have really good friendships because of it. So that's part of the Sherry Stone breakup fact. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is your food. Okay, so you know I love to talk about food. Oh my gosh, I do love food so much. So here's some good advice on after the breakup and dealing with food. So the first few days, you are going to do some crying, some sadness, some ice cream, some chocolates, some beer, some wine. The list goes on. There's going to be probably some damage to your stomach and your liver. However, when you're ready, I want you to start going out to some of those restaurants that you can never go to with that other mate. I think this is how I found out that I love sushi, is because when I had a breakup, my ex always told me how he hated anything that had to do with raw fish. Wasn't eating it. And I know there's a lesbian joke in there somewhere, but I'm not going to go there. But I learned to love sushi after a breakup. After a breakup, I decided by myself to go to a sushi restaurant because it was one of the places I could go to absolutely alone and sit and still feel like I wasn't alone. Because you can sit at the sushi tables and you can sit right across from the sushi chef and you're still having a conversation if you want or not, and you're enjoying something that's a delicacy, that's foreign, that's different. There's other people around you that you can engage in the conversation or not, and it's just a great experience. So I want you to try to go out and do something fun like that that you wouldn't have thought of doing before. That's another bit of good advice. The next thing that's always good, let's see, ramen. Go to a ramen place. It's another interactive, fun place where there's usually a bar-like atmosphere where you don't have to say, oh, dinner for one, and everybody goes, oh, you're so sad, you're all by yourself. No, it's kind of a party unto itself. There's ramen bars, they have these new moosh boosh bars where they're nothing but appetizers, so you can go to those kind of places too, and they're all really catered to one seating arrangement, and it gets you back into that atmosphere of I can still go out and have a good time and still be able to engage other people and not feel like I have to be obligated to be part of a couple. Ooh, Kim also says sports bars. You don't have to drink, but you can yell at the TV, envisioning the X, and no one cares. Exactly. But you could yell at the sports. You could. What if you never liked sports because no one ever explained it to you? And let's say you just go to a sports bar, and you just have fun just yelling what everybody else yells. That's amazing. And then you get to yell. Ah, yelling. That's the best thing ever. Okay. Another part. This is a great, great idea. So, good advice for the breakup and food. If you ever wanted to cleanse your colon, now is the time to do it. You know how you want to do that juice fast? You wanted to do the colonic cleanse. You wanted to do any kind of cleansing diet at all. And you were like, no, because I'm going to be all funky and smelly, or it's going to be embarrassing, or I'm going to be, cleansing myself and it's not the right time because maybe we're going to be going out on a date and I don't want to have to not order something. This is a great time to do it. Perfect time to do it. Because all you have to do is order what you want, get it in your house, start taking it, and then you can release not just the person, but you're releasing a lot of shite. It's amazing. Best part is you're probably going to lose a little bit of weight, which always feels a little good, I have to admit. Oh, yeah, that's probably true. So that's another good thing to do. Another idea with food is go get yourself some wonderful gelato, ice cream, the stuff that you never would have been able to go with your ex. Amazing. Go to the place, belly up to the bar and say, I want these ones that I never thought I ever wanted, and pick them all out and have a great time. It'll be amazing. Try the gelatos, try the limoncellos, try the little spoons and say, I want some of that. I want some of that, and try some. It's a great time for you to try new things because your whole life is changing now. Embrace that change. Start getting different tastes for new things because you need to start teaching your mind to get a taste for new things, like the new awakenings and the new spiritual upbringings that you're going to have with this new experience. The next part, cookie dough. Ah, cookie dough. Okay, if you've never had, yeah, I would recommend not doing this after the colon cleanse. But if you've never just eaten cookie dough in front of a movie and cried or something like that, I'm just going to say that. But basically, for food items, try to go to places where you can interact with other people, where you can yell, where you can scream, where you can have a good time, where you don't feel like you have to be obligated to be part of a couple. There's also a recommendation to hit the olive bar in the deli. I love the olive bar. I think that's the only reason I started drinking dirty martinis is because of the olives. That's a sad thing. Okay, attitude. So there are different spells that you can do and say, and that's why I saved this for the very last. There are some different spells that you can do and prayers that you can say and poems. One of the first things that I recommend doing is meditating, whether that's an open-eyed meditation where you just stare at something, and I don't mean staring at a picture of your ex and going, I wish you were dead, I wish you were dead. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is really doing some deep meditation, open-eyed meditation on a focal point that's going to keep you inspired and healthy and positive. One of the approaches that I like to use is you get out your sage. So I'm going to show you some of my sage, right? And this isn't a bong. This isn't because I'm in Colorado. This isn't what you think it is. This is actually part of my wrapped sage. So you start your sage to burning, and let's just say you just look at the smoke as it continues to waft. That's a great way for you to do some open-eyed meditation. There's another way that you can do open-eyed meditation where you just look into a mirror across from you, and you just look into your eyes and look into your soul. And you start to think to yourself, I am. And whatever those thoughts that are resonating to you go through, that's what I want you to keep in your mind as you're doing this open-eyed meditation. I am. And then you change that into peace. Peace. And then you change that into love. And love. Because part of the release is to bring in the new energy and to release the old negative energy. You don't want to walk around with all that baggage of an old relationship or old emotions or old negative feelings. You want to cleanse yourself of that and get yourself ready for all the positive that's getting ready to happen in your life. It's an amazing time for change. If you watched my previous episode on the death card, it's a part of that death. You have the death, the phoenix, all the ashes going down and this new bird coming up. You're part of that new bird. That plumage needs to be dropped away. And that's why I have so many bits of advice on getting things new, to encourage that newness that you need to have. Let me also tell you about some other oils. This is my book that I love. It's Llewellyn's Practical Magic Spells. It's called Charms and Formulas by Ray Marble. And I recommend you looking through some of these spells, and don't look at the ones that are going to be, oh, I want my lover back, or oh, I want to do this thing to harm him. Remember, like equals like. Anything that's negative or dark or puts you into a darker place, do your best to stay away from that. That's not going to help you or anybody else, right? We're bringing in love. We're bringing in kindness. We're bringing in joy. We're bringing in shininess. That's what we want. So one item that he recommends is a great Peaceful Thoughts oil. And it's 1 part lavender, rosemary, and wintergreen herbs. And you mix that with 2 tablespoons of oil. And usually the oils are a nice, comforting oil that you can get at any metaphysics store or any natural food store. And most of these herbs you can get anywhere. And I believe that you might be able to get some herbs on the Metaluna physical store that we have for Para Encounter Networks. So just want to let you know. But you can make your own peaceful oil, or you actually can get the peaceful oil in Kim's site. So email me at Sherry Schoen if you need more information on that. But there are other ways for you to become this spiritual being that you need to become to get over this breakup. Oh, another thing to tell you. There are places online that I want you to watch out for. If you start looking for spells or oils or incenses or meditations or prayers, you might run into some of these websites that advertise, I will put a spell or a curse or something on somebody for you. Okay, guys. 1, it's totally a waste of your money. If you ever wanted to do something, hopefully you never do, but if you ever wanted to, you know that you would be doing that for yourself and whatever on that one. 2, like equals like, negative equals negative. So if you put out negative thoughts, you're going to get negative back. If you put out something that is dark, you are going to get dark back. Many of us believe you're going to get it to the tune of 3 times. Some of us just believe light equals light. So come on, let's not do that. Another thing that I do want to bring up is, if you were in a relationship where there was any abuse or anything like that was going on, I do want to bring this up because I think it's important. If you're in an abusive relationship and you are finding yourself in a situation where you're physically in danger, I want you to reach out to my friends over at hotline.org. That's hotline, HOTLING.org. And talk to somebody who can help you getting out and rescuing yourself out of that relationship and not going back. I know it's stressful, so that's something else I wanted to bring up. So when it comes to and spells, the other part that I want to do is help you with creating a self-love powder. And this one's pretty cool. So work on, go out to some great sites to find out, like Metaluna, and go out to some sites or to your local metaphysical shop and pick up some basil, pick up some bergamot, cinnamon, cloves, anise, ginger, jasmine, lavender, peppermint. Try those kind of herbs. And I want you to just smell them and get a sense for which ones you like. Try about 6, just about 6. There's also rose, there's vanilla that you can try. And then, you know how you have those bowls that you've been using for your ground up, that you use to grind up your herbs? I want you to go get a fresh one for that. Mix these herbs, at least 6 of these herbs, and grind them up really nice into a powder. And I need you to add some cornstarch into that mixture. So a sprinkle until it sits well with you. Yes, a mortar or pestle. Until it smells right to you. Use cornstarch or rice powder or arrowroot powder. Mix those herbs and starch until you have a nice even blend. And then let the powder sit overnight in the moonlight. Finally, mix it some more the next day, and then put it into a pretty container for yourself. And before getting any further, be sure and test your skin to make sure that it's not something you're going to be allergic to. So test it, on your wrist, on the back of your knee, somewhere where it's not going to expose. Because again, we don't want those rash rumors going around. So test it on someplace to make sure you're not going to have any allergic reactions. And then after that, once you're sure that the self-love powder is ready, I want you to apply it every morning on your body and chant the following words. I am beauty. I am love. I am a spark of the star shine above. I am divine. I am love. I am a spark of the moon from above. By the power of the 3 times 3, blessed be. And see how that helps you to feel better and shinier than you've ever felt after this breakup. It's all about food, clothing, attitude, friends, and just love, guys. So no matter what happened to you on this Valentine's Day or what happens to you on Valentine's days from here to come, just remember that this too shall pass and that you are loved because you have self-love. So that's what advice I have for you today on heartbreaks, and keeping yourself super shiny, super shiny. So yeah, I'm so glad that you guys tuned in. Be sure and check me out on my YouTube site, youtube.com/Sherry Schoen. I am putting up more shiny shots as I can. I'm getting very good at doing my own videos, which is funny. So I'm trying to put up more and more shiny shots all the time. And if you ever wanted to have a good advice session with me, I do special rates for those people that come in through Para Encounters Network. Then also email me at sherry@sherryschoen.com or follow me on Twitter or find me on Facebook. I would love to hear your breakup stories. I would love to hear what happened with you and how any of the good advice that I gave you may have helped you. So with that in mind, I'm so glad that you guys tuned in. I know the next guest that we have coming up next, the next Para Encounters person is going to be Jordan Hoggard, and he's an amazing person on the Para Encounters Network. So until next Thursday, where I'm going to have Dawn Hand, and she actually is my shiny shot. So my shiny shot, Dawn Hand. So next week I'm going to have Dawn Hand on my show. And the reason I wanted to have Dawn Hand on my show is because not only is she an amazing massage therapist and practitioner, but she has learned the value of self-love and being thriving and lovely and loving in singledom. She has embraced being single like no one else I've ever experienced in my entire life. She has fun. She goes to football games. She goes around the world preaching the gospel of love and being kind and beautiful to yourself. And so I think that she will be an amazing shiny shot for anybody still making this journey. I'm so glad that you guys tuned in, and I will see you again next Thursday night at 7 o'clock right here on Para Encounters Network. Have a good day. Bye.